Hello everybody, it's Ghosty Casper returning with GranTurismo 7 content, and this was by far my best race so far in any daily race. I pushed myself way beyond I have ever pushed myself in the past, and it was against my favourite YouTuber, Iris, otherwise Rory. He's a really good, really nice, solid guy. He's just hit 40,000 subs, he just started daily streaming. And he's a stellar bloke. And he races really fair. He's really good. He's really good. So I went into daily race B. I had about 4 or 5 laps of practice, and straight off the morning, fresh. Brand new, updated tracks and details and whatnot. Like new setups. We've got BOP on this week and no tuning. So it's kind of like a GT Sport vibe to it. Kind of a bit more up my alley. I've been struggling a lot with the tuning sort of stuff. I'm not very good at tuning when it comes to race cars. Still learning. Part of the game, you're gonna have to learn. But it's just practice, and I haven't had that much time to do so. But getting underway. My main plan for sort of the first half of lap 1 is just to manage my tyres, get them up to temperature. Get them into a window where they're operating the way I want them to, because the car understeers a lot and then oversteers a lot randomly. I mean, it's not random, getting on the power too early, very obvious. But I struggled a lot, sort of like first, second lap. It's just trying to get the tyres up into temperature. You'll see later on in the race that like, my pace definitely does pick up, and I've sort of nowhere really. Like I just get quicker. That's just the tyres coming in the window. It's just, that's all it is. Going through the middle sector, just struggling with the front end quite a lot. Understeers quite a lot. It looks planted, but it understeers quite a bit. You can take so much of that curb, it's outrageous. And you could in sport as well, like GT Sport, you can always take that curb, like a little bit squirrely on the exit. There through the sort of like long, weird left hander. As you get on power on the exit there, if you touch the curb with your rear end, it tends to go really slidey. If you get it right though, it feels really good. Really launch the car out of that corner. And this is, so I'm using the F-Type, right? And this is why I use the F-Type in sport, and I didn't realise it's still very fun. Because it's very good. Needed to deserve the penalty. He'll come back later, but don't worry about it. And if you look at the delta from when I started this to now, I've gained about 3/10 on the straight. 3/10. That's fucking. That is loads. Loads. And honestly, I was like, right, now I know where it is in comparison. I did my 1 lap, right? The tyres are starting to come up to temperature. These guys are battling as well, which really helped, because the more someone battles, the slower they are. And I started to realise I was creeping it in a bit, Still not as quick as I want to be, ideally. I want to be, like I said, about half a second, about a second, a lap faster than I am. But that just takes time and practice. I haven't had that time of practice. You see, Shadow accidentally outbrakes himself there. You can tell he does so because he pulls over and just lets Iris go ahead and lets me go through as well without even battling it. And I go for it. I go for a think, think about it, and then I back out of this because it's just not smart. We're gonna lose too much time. I want to kind of pull away from Shadow if I can, because he's really quick as well. He actually qualified above us. So. But coming down the back straight here and have a look at this weapon go with a bit of slipstream. He has no idea I'm here. I watched it on his stream and he had no idea that I was there until he went, "Oh, hello, you're there. I didn't know you were there." It made me chuckle because, little comedy moment. But he covered off the inside very well, and he does so. He's very fair and very clean driver. I have noticed a small issue with the radar on this game, but I think that's more me. I've always used, I've never used radar. I don't get along with radar. I mean, in all fairness, and in the moment where I realised I probably should have backed out anyway. But coming into the middle sector, you're going to see how much this RCZ really does just pull. So we're going into the middle sector at sort of like 3/10, and I get a really good braking zone into there, and then gets a better exit out of there and a better entry into this corner and an exit through here. I really struggle to get on the power out of that corner. I really just do. And here I feel like I'm okay, but the car kind of skates on the front end a little bit. Really does understeer quite a lot going into that corner. Got it? There it goes. Yeah, baby. And if you watch just on the exit here, so I'd try and take some of the left-hand side curbs so I get a bit more of a straighter exit quicker. And I just didn't. I couldn't get the power down on the curb on the right-hand side. Very bumpy, very careful. But even then, I mean, I'm still pulling like 2.5 tenths. Right? Like I say, it keeps me in the fight. Yeah? And we're coming on to lap 4 now. This is like the best lap that I've ever done in my life. I felt like great. And even then there was a mistake, and then you just saw it. There was a mistake just there, just coming out of T2. Got the arse end a little wobbly just because the car is really quite soft. It bounces quite a lot over the curbs. You have to be really careful of it. Coming into T4 and just trying to get the power down as early as possible. Just really trying to push myself. I mean, my heart is shaking and pounding, and my heart is pounding. My hands are literally shaking the whole time. Like my chest, I can feel my chest, like my whole chest moving with my heartbeats. Like this was so nerve-wracking for me because I never pushed myself this hard mentally. Like never. Like my mind was on pure overload. Plus I hadn't eaten. I was like pretty shaky in general. And all the way through the middle sector, I kept up really well. I'm really quite proud of myself for that. Like that, I mean, I was up for I'm up half a second, you know, like up half a second. This was like my optimal lap, and this was the optimal lap for me, except for a few tiny little things like actually done better. But that was all just getting on power too early. But look at the monstrosity at the top speed, so I'm thinking, right, he's going to cover this all day long. He knows I'm here now. He's going to cover that inside. I'm going to go all the way to the outside and try and keep the regular racing line as much as possible. He goes straight for the cutback, covers it off really well. Can't do anything about that. You know? He does a really good job. You know, luckily fair play to him. I would have whiffed it. And going into the next thing, I managed to get such a good run on this. And this is where I made my critical error. So I broke into here, stayed on his outside. I should have pulled in earlier. No, I didn't, and I was in a blind spot. So in that moment, if you look on his, I watched his stream. My arrow is completely behind his arrow, and now I can't. Like, and he thinks I've passed him. I'm in front of him. I don't need to worry about him. Fair enough, you know, because that's what you should be able to do. But in actual fact, I'm just in his blind spot, half a car length alongside him. I should have backed out. I like believing it. Should have backed out 100%. And it did cost me. Like, I probably could have just waited until the back straight. Like, just sat really close behind him, waited till the back straight, and maybe got him on the line. But I was being ballsy. You know, I was doing the best I'd ever done, and after that mistake, and it was my mistake, you know, I should have really backed out. I couldn't get the car back into the window, and yeah, I kind of binned it really. But it was a quality race. I don't think you do if you ever sees this. And just being quality. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Peace.